This is it. We're live. We are live. That is so exciting. So hopefully we're going to get some people dial in live now. And today's session, which is my first live setting, is great goal setting. I am so excited. First time I'm going live, but not the first time I'm obviously coaching or doing anything on video, because lots of my coaching now is online. So let's get on with today's session, which is all about great goal setting. I guess the first thing to ask yourself is, why set goals? That's what I would be asking myself. Why set goals? Well, simply, as I've put in there, they give you clarity and direction and focus. So clarity, direction and focus, but also you're much more likely to be successful in doing whatever you want to do if you've got a goal and you've written it down. So did you know that people are likely to be 30 times more successful in achieving something if they've actually written that goal down? But only about 3% of people actually have written down goals. Don't you think that's totally amazing? Not good amazing, obviously, maybe a bit of a bad amazing. So why set goals? Because they give you clarity, direction and focus. That means you're not going to be surprised that you've arrived somewhere else entirely when you didn't write any goals down. So if you don't write them down, don't be surprised if you arrive somewhere totally different. That might be a great place, but it might not be where you thought you were going or hoping to go. So write them down for clarity, direction and focus. Now, as I've just said, writing down goals is really important. So I'm going to give you 3 tips today for why it's really helpful to write goals down. So let's take a moment. So if you write them down, your subconscious mind, what it sees, it believes. So obviously, if you've just got a goal in your head, then that's great, because at least you've got a goal. But if you write that down, it starts encoding it in your mind. So that's my first tip to you, always, is write your goals down. And my second tip to you is to give them as much detail as possible. So what do I mean by that? So the more you write down, the more that you write, when and where and how. What is it going to look like when you've achieved this goal? How is it going to benefit you? What are you going to get? What are you going to be feeling, seeing and hearing when you've achieved that goal? So another way of looking at it is, what is success going to look like? So you can imagine, you could probably take yourself forward and imagine yourself now having completed your goal, and just take a moment to think about and see and feel, what's that like? And then bring that back to now and write that down. So as you're writing down this goal, as I've said, writing them down is really important. Your brain starts to work for you towards that goal. It really is incredible. And if you come with me on any of my coaching programs, we look at the mind, the subconscious mind, behaviors, emotions in lots more detail. But the subconscious mind is truly amazing. So my first tip was to write down goals. And my second tip is to give them as much detail as possible. Now, the third thing is you need to make a plan, because it's all well and good and absolutely fantastic that you've actually set a goal. But if you don't have a plan for how you're going to get there, you're unlikely to take action. So action's really important. Action cures fear, did you know? We'll go over that another time, but action cures fear. So it helps, avoid procrastination, because if you've sat down and written a detailed plan for how you're going to get to your goal, now it might be a big goal. If it's a big goal, you might want to break it down into smaller plans and smaller achievable milestones in there to get you towards that bigger goal. But in simplicity, you really want to have some detail in there. So again, I call it micro steps to success. So as you write this plan, you can get down to the detail of what you're going to do within a day, obviously within a week and a year, but certainly what am I going to do today to move me towards that goal? So the same as you might have appointments in your diary, actions that you're going to do for your life in general, put those actions and those micro steps to success into your diary as well. So as they're there, you need to achieve them. And record those wins, because the brain really loves reward, and it loves to know that it's achieved something, and that will help you build motivation to move you towards the goal that you're working towards. So motivation is key, and we're going to cover that actually if you come tomorrow and join me at 12, or you watch any of the videos. The second one's going to be about commitment, and that includes motivation. So I'll help you understand a bit more about that. And it's absolutely wonderful to see people join in. So thanks for joining me today. I can see those numbers growing. It's really fabulous. So this is me. I didn't take time to say who I am, but I am Caroline. I am a coach, a personal coach, a team coach. I run group coaching. But today I'm talking about goal setting. So great goal setting for success. So I've given you 3 tips. So 100% you must write your goals down. You'll be in the 3% of people that write them down, and that 3% of people are 30 times more likely to have success with their goals. But then give them as much detail as possible. Take time to write down as much about that goal, what it's going to look like when you get there, what success feels like, and then make a detailed action plan of how you're going to get there. Now, so we've thought about why we're going to set goals, because it's going to give us clarity and direction and focus and success. But a lot of people that come to me for coaching say, I'm not sure what my goal is. And maybe they're not comfortable with the word goal. So as we come to a close with our session, I'm going to ask you to try something just to understand that a goal really is just how are you going to move yourself from A to B or A to Z. So how are you going to move from now to somewhere you want to be? So that what I want you to do is think of 3 words to describe how you feel right now. So 3 words for how you're feeling right now. Take a moment to think about that. You thought of them? I haven't gone anywhere. Are you still there? So 3 words for how you feel right now. Now take a moment to think about 3 words for how you would like to feel. 3 words for how you would like to feel. Now, some of you might be on the move, so you might not have been able to write those down. Maybe write them down another time. But 3 words for where you are right now, and 3 words for where you'd like to be. Take a look at those. Now, I'll be delighted if the 3 words are the same. It means wherever you are right now and you're really happy with that place and you don't feel or see the need to move and change. But most of us will have something different in there. I'm not going to give you words because that's me giving words to you in your mind. But whatever that gap is between those 2, that is in fact something that you want to work towards. So if you feel like this now and you'd like to feel or be or do or have something else, the gap between the two is the journey towards the goal. So the goal is where you want to be. So I found that in one of the coaching sessions recently, when I used that little exercise, that 3 words, which you can take away and you can use anytime just for reflecting on, how am I feeling right now? How do I want to feel? What's going on? It can be really useful. And it can help an individual who's maybe struggling to formulate, what is my goal? Where do I want to move to? What do I want to get to, be, do, have? That's a much easier way of starting on that journey. So I hope that's helpful to you in starting to think, what could my goal be? So what else can I talk to you about in terms of goals? Building on what I just said about the 3 words, a goal is really just a dream. Many of us daydream about what we'd like to have in life. So, this is about dreaming and taking time to really let go of all the things that maybe would stop you staying. So let's think, for example, you might want to own a bigger house. You might want to change your job. You might want to be more confident. And the moment you think of that, your brain quite often starts thinking of the reasons why you can't do it. Be kind to yourself and dream a bit. Just dream. If there were no restrictions, if there was nothing stopping me doing or being or having what I want, what would that feel like? What would it be like? And you start to see again and feel where you want to move to without restricting yourself with the limiting beliefs that we often carry with ourselves. So dream a bit, dream big, think about what your goal or your goals might be. And as I said, you got to write them down. You need to write them down. You need to give them as much detail as possible. You need to make a detailed action plan with micro steps to success. And I guarantee you, you are going to be much more successful in 1, getting those goals down, but 2, achieving them. And if you want any more help, you know where I am. I'm on Facebook, that's how you found me. But you can connect with me there or on other platforms. And, you're welcome to come back tomorrow. So I'd love to see you tomorrow for commitment. So take care. See you soon.